Hi, my name is Sydney Weiss, and I have the challenge of introducing Jennifer Ruffin. If anyone has had the honor of occupying the same space as Jennifer, then you will know how her passionate personality immediately lights up the entire room. Ever since meeting her when I came in 7th grade, I have lived in awe of her height, her beauty, and her never-ending kindness. Not only does she exude a welcoming air that makes you feel at home, she is brilliant and has her own unique way with words. She has an ability to flawlessly speak her thoughts and opinions in a way in which she holds her audiences captive. Whether in class, on social media, in the hallway, or anywhere else, listening to what Jennifer has to say can change the way you think. Jennifer is passionate, caring, respectful, responsible, and so much more, and the class of 2021 is lucky to have her as our fearless Stuco president. I know you are all excited to hear the wonderful words of Jennifer, so without further ado, I give you our final senior speaker, Jennifer Reese Ruffin.
I despise J. Alfred Prufrock. Well, I think it's more of a love-hate relationship. We had our first encounter during my 3rd period AP Lit class. His first words to me were a little odd. "Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky. Like a patient etherized upon a table, let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights and one-night cheap hotels." Now, if someone told me that I made them feel like a patient paralyzed on a table, or wanted to take me to a cheap hotel on a sketchy street, I would turn around and briskly walk home. However, in this instance, I continued on with our conversation. As the conversation continued, my irritation with Prufrock grew exponentially. You see, Prufrock is a coward. He sits on a couch with a beautiful woman, speaking in his mind about trivial facts of life. In the room, the women come and go, speaking of Michelangelo, he says. Although he understands the deeper complexities of life and society beyond Michelangelo, Prufrock travels through this conversation, which means nothing to him. He possesses his own opinions on the world, but he silences his voice to conform with society's conversation. Prufrock asks himself, do I dare disturb the universe? Do I dare brand myself with a letter so scarlet that everyone looks at me as a disruptor of a comfortable world? He answers this question by continuing on with this conversation, remaining silent, and contributing to the cycle of social conformity. To an extent, I understand where Prufrock's hesitation stems from. For most of my time here at St. Mary's, I have tried to conform to fit into a friend group because I longed for the inclusivity. Since I was rarely getting invited to get ready before MUS games and attend fun fall break trips to the beach, I believed that something about my personality set people away from me. And so I tried to fit the norm. Going to expose myself here, I even bought an MUS sweatshirt at a football game in 8th grade because everyone seemed to have one. Not proud of it, but here we are. None of those changes seemed to work, though. I cannot tell you how many times I sat on Miss Parker and Miss House's couches, bawling my eyes out because I felt so alone. Words cannot describe the hurt I felt when I asked my mom why no one wanted to be my best friend. Now, as I stand before you today, I must say that the feelings of loneliness and exclusion have not subsided. To an extent, they have heightened, especially during this pandemic. But the difference between the Jennifer I am today and the Jennifer from 7th grade is that I am finally operating out of and loving my own skin. The process of me being true to myself began in Miss Umphreys's world history course freshman year when we studied Martin Luther. As he stood before the Catholic court defending his 95 theses, he fully assumed the massive responsibility of his decision and accepted the fact of being a social pariah. Here I stand, I cannot do otherwise. he said. He voiced to the world that he would be standing firm in his beliefs and remaining true to himself. In this moment, I realized that all I have to do in my life is stay true to myself, stand confidently in my skin, and be unapologetically Jennifer. Since that moment in my life, I have tried to be more like Martin Luther, and yet my Prufrockian side makes its appearance every now and then. When I feel especially low, I revert back to my conformed personality and participate in conversations that completely go against my views on life. After all, I am human. However, I have discovered that I am loved because of who I am, not the distorted view that I showed the world 3 years ago, but the Jennifer who is your student council president, the girl who awkwardly says hello to Lillian and Sarah in the halls, the girl who hypes up to Lila and Kai every time she sees them, the girl who encourages Casey Jong to be the best 7th grader there is, the girl who gives 6th grader Aaliyah candy during snack, the girl who you love and who I am starting to fall in love with myself. She's not like Prufrock. She does not talk about the trivial stuff. She stands, and she cannot do otherwise, like Martin Luther. I don't know about you, but I think she's pretty awesome. I have not arrived at this point in my life without the help of my parents, who have taught me that I am enough and that every ounce of my being is important to this makeup of the world. Through everything, they have never left me, and I love them. From the help of my teachers like Coach, Miss Parker, Miss House, Miss Robinson, Miss Ross, and Miss Jinks, the most important lesson you all have taught me is that I am worth more than I will ever know, and that my potential is limitless. Without the help of my lovely class of 2021, who has loved me through all of my highs and lows and has embraced me with open arms ever since I met you in the 5th grade. All 71 of you have given me the most vital part of my being, my voice. I encourage you to disturb your universe in college. If people do not accept you for who you are, then they do not deserve to bask in your sunlight. To every student of St. Mary's, I want you to know that you do not have to fit in to be loved, acknowledged, or appreciated. You do not have to have the acceptance of others to earn your rightful spot in the universe. All you have to do is be who you are. I know it's not easy, but if you channel your inner Martin Luther, I know you'll find your path. My name is Jennifer Ruffin, and I dare to disturb the universe. Thank you.